watching Action News Now. Breaking news.
Yeah, I'm a widow with 2 teens, and I'm trying to make ends meet as it is, and this is just not helping.
But this morning, it's a realization that we need to be prepared and we need to be ready.
And the park fire is burning in 3 different counties tonight, forcing thousands to abandon their homes. I should say it's burning in 2 counties, could be 4 at some point. Belongings, even animals now are in danger. This is a live look from the Alert California camera over Tehama and Shasta counties. Right now, the fire stands at nearly 240,000 acres, surpassing the 2018 Carr fire. Governor Gavin Newsom has declared a state of emergency. We'll bring you live reports from Paradise and Paynes Creek, which we're told tonight, the fire has jumped Highway 36, and Paynes Creek may have been devastated by that fire. Now, Tehama and Shasta counties are seeing most of the fire activity right now. This is the latest evacuation map. This is the outline of the fire as it's burning. And you can see right now that all the way over here in Plumas County is evacuation warnings tonight. Up here, this is actually the county line going into Shasta County, and this is all the way up to Highway 44. So all this area between Highway 36 and 44 in Shasta County is now under mandatory evacuations. Highway 36 is closed to eastbound traffic at Manton Road, westbound from Highway 89. Now we have team coverage with Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon tracking a shift in the wind tonight. But first, Margot Rowe is live on Highway 36 in Tehama County. So Margot, what are you seeing?
Alan, unfortunately, I believe that Paynes Creek was, you can see behind me here, Paynes Creek. I was trying to get down there, but unfortunately I couldn't get into Paynes Creek because the fire just got too dicey for me and I had to turn around. But the fire has jumped Highway 36 here, and I'll just kind of zoom in for you here. This is just one part of the mountain that is on fire. There is a lot of heavier glow over the mountain, but just give me a second to zoom in here. The camera needs just kind of a second to focus because it is dark out here. But yes, there are flames over on jumping Highway 36. It is pushing more to the north area. Now, I did talk to a CAL FIRE firefighter up here who told me that CAL FIRE does seem to have a base at the station, at Paynes Creek Fire Station, and that possibly one structure, an old structure, was lost nearby it. I'm not sure in terms of the rest of the area, rest of the structures in the area. But again, you can see the glow of the fire right over there. But there have been many evacuations going through. I've seen many sheriff deputies come through with just people's cars, and they're just driving on out, and fire crews are coming in. But crews are working right now to try to control this fire. But again, it has jumped Highway 36. It is pushing more towards north, towards Shasta County. But I'll be here and I'll keep trying to get more updates. Hopefully, if a CAL FIRE firefighter can stop by, I'll try to see if they can give me any more updates on the status of Paynes Creek. But it did get dicey while I was going up there, where I couldn't get into it. Reporting live in Tehama County, I'm Margot Rowe for Action News Now.
Thank you, Margot. So let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon. How much longer until this red flag warning expires, Howie?
Well, Alan, it was set to expire at 11. When I last checked a couple minutes ago, it was still up, but that was before 11. So when I get to the slide, I'll know for sure whether it's been lifted. But here's a look at our air quality. So you would think, okay, well, really bad air quality down in Chico. No, because the winds, for the most part, out of the southeast and in the fire zone, that's where you're seeing the worst of the year, and it is unhealthy to very, very sensitive. So yes, here is where all the smoke is, the particulate matter. You're seeing the plume all day on camera, and yes, that air quality really dropped as you move to the north. You know, for the most part, flowing out of the southeast. This is what firefighters and all governmental organizations and private organizations had to deal with today fighting the fire. I know it's not 115 or 117, but still right around 100 degrees or even a few degrees above that for most of the day out there in the hot sun. Right, here's what's going on with the park fire. I'm still seeing winds for the most part from the 15 to 26 mile per hour range for the most part out of the southeast. Humidity levels, relative humidities, increasing a little bit, which is pretty normal at night as the air starts to shrink, more moisture. That's not really a great number by any means, still on the low side. But here's a look at some of our hot spots. Okay, so more than 24 hours out, a lot of these spots have started to cool. But let's go to most recent times. Here is what we have. Okay, some areas still on the very hot side as the fire continued to move towards the north and away from Butte County, or north from Butte County and from Chico. Relative humidities, these are going to improve over the weekend. Right now, they're not helping us. But as I talked with most of you all day, Alan off camera, on camera, over the weekend, our environment with all main 3 fire weather criteria are going to improve for a safer environment.
Okay, good to know. Thanks. We'll check with you later, Howie. Now, take a look at this. This is Butte County's most recent evacuation map. And now this is new. Within the last hour and a half, the entire ridge is under evacuation warning. So previously, starting yesterday, the town of Paradise had 3 zones that were under warning, meaning be prepared to leave, but not an order to actually leave. Now the entire town of Paradise, as well as extending into Magalia, all tonight under evacuation warning. There's no indication that the fire is headed that way, so it's just be prepared to go if that happens. We have all the zones and maps on the front page of our website, actionnewsnow.com. If you need to evacuate, there are 2 centers in Butte County, one at the neighborhood church of Chico, and a second one that has been opened up this evening at the Butte County Fairgrounds in Gridley. Now, Action News Now reporter Jesse Angelo is live in Paradise, where the evacuation warnings are now extending across the ridge. Jesse, of course, almost 6 years ago, that town was obliterated nearly completely. So there's a lot of tension there anytime there's any whisper of fire danger. So what are you seeing there tonight?
Alan, as I drove up to Paradise, there was a stream of vehicles headed in the opposite direction. People are not waiting, for the most part, for this to turn into an actual evacuation order. A warning is good enough. In fact, I have one person who's decided to evacuate now. Jaden, we're here at the 76 station in Paradise. You were burned out in the campfire, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So we've all been through it, you know. We're not waiting around. We just got to get out of here.
Right. So now that when you heard the order, did you have your go bag and everything ready to go? How did you prepare?
Yeah, we got a trailer, so we just hooked up. We're just gassing up, ready to leave.
All right. And so what would you say to people, your friends and neighbors here after getting this warning?
I mean, suit yourself, but we're going to leave now, you know. Seen it happen already. I don't need to get stuck in traffic. Silly stuff, so we're just leaving.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And best of luck to you. And he's not the only one. You can see this line of cars behind me. People here getting loaded up with gas and what they need to go ahead and just get out of town and wait until the danger passes. In Paradise, Jesse Angelo, Action News Now.
All right, we'll check in with you again. Thank you, Jesse. Again, the evacuation warnings are for the entire ridge. If you do not have a bag packed, you should pack it now and get ready to go, but we want to make it clear. And I just spoke to CAL FIRE PIO Rick Carhart. There's no indication tonight that there's any activity on the south end of the fire, the Highway 32 Forest Ranch area, that would indicate why the call was made to put the entire town of Paradise under warning. It's just a precaution, but flames are not going that direction at the moment. Now, take a look at behind me here. We are seeing video and photographs from viewers that we've received of the park fire. Many of these photos come from the ridge where there, again, are evacuation warnings covering Magalia, Paradise. Now, this is Marcela de la Cruz. We spoke with her regarding the preparing to evacuate.
The thick smoke cloud.
It's just stressful. It's just stressful.
A traumatic sight for many Paradise residents as city officials issued evacuation warnings.
It was very impactful. Every once in a while when we smell smoke or see smoke like that, it does trigger us. It triggers the people here in Paradise. It's just part of when you go through trauma, that's what happens.
Lori Schwain lost a home in the 2018 Camp Fire. And while she was not living in Paradise, She isn't used to warnings so close to home.
I'm getting evacuation alerts and, be ready. And so I'm packed up, my dog, my cat. So all I can do is wait and watch and hopefully get alerts. So.
Yesterday, Paradise officials decided to issue a warning for people living in areas 1, 4, and 9.
One of the things we learned from the campfire is you cannot over-communicate about this enough.
Mayor Ron Lasant says that while the flames are not close to town, many residents are on edge.
Hard to talk about. Sometimes it gets you kind of emotionally. Yes, there's a fire back there. Yes, people's houses are being destroyed. Yes, we've got over 1,000 firemen out there, firemen, firewomen, firefighters out there risking their lives to keep us safe.
While Paradise residents wait for the next update, some are finding shelter in the town.
Yeah, I'm a widow with 2 teens, and I'm trying to make ends meet as it is, and this is just not helping.
Rachel Vaughn lives near Forest Ranch and had to evacuate last night.
It's been stressful. I mean, I had to leave some animals behind, turn them loose, and my horse, and not having the funds or the means to even provide for my family outside of my home has been difficult.
One thing that's changed since the campfire is the addition of 21 towers like these throughout town, and it's what the mayor calls a last resort type of notification. So in case of an emergency, siren and audio would go off notifying residents which zones would have to be evacuated. In Paradise, Marisela de la Cruz, KCRA 3 News.
So to be clear, again, the Ridge, Paradise, Magalia, they are not under an evacuation order tonight, but just an evacuation warning. Now, this is the most recent evacuation map, the yellow being warnings, the red being orders. You do need to get ready with your grab bag and be ready to leave if you're in the warning. If you're in the red, you should leave immediately. The park fire has grown to the current size is 248,000 acres right now. Just miles away from Paradise, the park fire swept through Richardson Springs and only leaving a piece of history behind. Intact, the historic Richardson Springs Hotel is still standing, and this goes for the inside and the outside, as well as several buildings on the property. We did speak with CAL FIRE about how they managed to protect the hotel in the middle of a 239,000-acre fire.
We're doing everything we can to do structure protection so we don't lose structures. We're still going to use our helicopters to go and find hot spots and dump water on those. And that process is going to continue, and eventually we will get the upper hand and we'll start to get this fire under control.
Firefighters continue to keep an eye on the hotel and the area surrounding it to put out any hot spots. CAL FIRE says it's too early to tell the extent, though, of the smoke damage inside the hotel. In just 2 minutes, Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon tracks everything you need to know about where the fire could be headed next. We do need to tell you, though, that the red flag warning did indeed expire 13 minutes ago at the top of the hour, and Howie will explain why that is next.